Hi there. Well, finally, we are finishing up with AP Environmental Science. I want to introduce you today to your final project, which you will be doing instead of taking a final exam, that will close out our year together in environmental science. It's also great preparation for your taking the AP exam a little bit later in May. What we'll be doing is exploring a little bit. The snow is melting. We're going to get to go outside. What we will be doing is taking a look at Little Campbell Creek. I know you're familiar with it. Everyone lives within about 2 miles of some branch of Campbell Creek here in Anchorage. You'll have a chance to explore exactly where you live in proximity to it. I think you can remember a couple things about Little Campbell Creek if you're not immediately familiar with it. Some of you have studied beavers in elementary school, and if you took a field trip, you went to Campbell Creek. We have a fabulous beaver population here in Anchorage, and they all live somewhere near that creek. Some of you might remember the story about a young woman who was mauled by a bear during a bike race a couple of years ago. That was at Campbell Creek. The salmon aren't running, so I think we'll be safe going there earlier in the spring. What we will be doing is taking a look at a scientific study or a paper that tells us about major pollutants in the creek. And you will be designing an experiment to replicate the results of the data that is presented in that paper that answers the question, what is the primary pollutant during spring runoff in Campbell Creek in Anchorage, Alaska? So we'll be reading the study. We will be having an opportunity to design an experiment, and that's what this week's lesson is all about. And then next week you will get to conduct your experiment. How will you know if you get your answer? Well, it depends on the quality of your experimental design. And I have provided a rubric for that in the resources section of this week's lesson. I think you will have some fun with this. We'll get to go outside. You'll probably get a little wet, and you'll be able to put the learning that we've kind of emphasized all year long, the interaction of communities and individual people with their environment. We're going to put all that together in this final project, and I hope you have fun with it. It's been a great year.